स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Those verses which we have written down now, you are supposed to open the book and please chant together. Yeah. Wherever you have written down those verses which we just now chanted, prayer verses, no? We wrote that day in the board, you note it down. Please chant together everyone. If you don't have, please take it from somebody. So we have seen the first verse. Once again we chant the first verse and go a little more deeper into the meaning. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannite Kale, Nani Nani Rakshati Dotrim Karane. So this first verse is about what we discussed last session, was about the essential and the non-essential. There was an exercise that you were going to do, right? Two exercises I had given. One was what is essential and what is non-essential. And second was what are the delusions that one has in the mind. Have anybody done? Swamiji, we found this exercise non-essential. First one. Okay, if anybody wants to share, you are welcome. Essential and non-essential. What is really essential and what is not?
I find myself doing something which I like, but it's not necessarily getting me where I want to be.
Right.
So right now I'm seeking some change in direction.
Right.
So I find what I'm doing is really not falling in the essential category.
Right.
I'm trying to train my mind chanting all the time, so I can focus my goal. Always peace. So I'm trying this.
So you call that essential?
Yeah.
Right.
But that would be essential.
No.
To tame the mind is the most essential aspect of life, because if you do that, then everything gets taken care of, because everything is done by our own mind. If mind is understood, mind is controlled, life is controlled. So essential aspects. The very many essential aspects, one can divide them for one's own clarity and also one's own improvement at different levels. So what is essential at the body level? Am I doing that? So food, whatever food I eat, do I get enough sleep? Do I take proper exercise? Do I do proper exercise? Am I able to enjoy in moderation? Essential at the body level. Essential at the mind level. Am I secure in my life? Emotional security do I have? Am I able to give more love than expect? Where is my mind anchored? So do I have a support system that whenever my mind gets disturbed, I can hold on to something and calm it down? So like she said, japa. So japa is one method. And what is that which I hold on to? What is the training of my mind? When it is disturbed, what do I do to make it quiet? What is the practice of concentration? Most of the people don't cultivate this capacity of focus and concentration. They think that is limited only to students. And they feel that concentration means to remember what I have learned and I'm able to bring it out when required. but consciously the capacity to do one thing at a time, consciously the capacity to hold on to one chain of thought, is all concentration. So it's very essential for the mind to develop this. At the speech level, am I able to speak politely, speak lovingly, speak the truth, speak for the benefit? Essential. How many of us actually cultivate our capacity to speak, capacity to influence people by the way we speak? Not as a public speaking art, but words have a lot of power, and the feeling behind that words gives that power. So in my relationships, basically it is communication. And in that communication, am I cultivating communication? I don't do much to cultivate that. How many influences are there of the people around me, of the kind of words that they use, and it easily comes into my vocabulary without me being aware of it. Some words, some expressions, some gestures, non-verbal communication, so much comes into me, plus verbal communication, so much comes into me. I am not aware. So essential is to be aware of that. That how do I increase these capacities in me? How do I improve my communication? The same thing I could have told a little more politely. Maybe I got disturbed, I said something. I could have said it more politely. Maybe I could have said it more, I need not have even said it because it doesn't benefit anybody, even if it is the truth. So essentially, how do I cultivate my speech? Brevity or shortness. You can communicate something in brief, that shows the clarity also. And some people go on and on and on, and after doing so much of communication also, still what they want to say one doesn't know. Some people ask questions like that. That's why we never allow people to ask questions, they write and give. Because if they start talking, we don't know whether first of all is asking a question or sharing an opinion. That guy goes on and on. And at the end of it, one still doesn't know what is he asking.
He also doesn't.
That is the thing. The person may not know. We don't know.
Brevity is soul of wisdom.
Yeah.
Shakespeare said.
Mitam. So this is in Sanskrit we call it Satyam Vada, Priyam Vada, Hitam Vada, Mitam Vada. Mitam means measured, short. Not that everywhere you say in short, but where you have to speak in short, you have to speak in short. Our first training in public speaking, when we study in Sandipani for 3 years or 2 years, when we study, we are given training to speak in public. So our first training is that a topic is given and we have to speak for only 3 minutes on that, one shlok. Now to communicate the essence of that one shlok in 3 minutes is not easy, because that shlok will have a lot of deeper message. So then you have to know exactly what is the essence of that shlok and present that essence in 3 minutes, which requires more clarity, more reflection. So shortness. So how I can speak, that essentially I can cultivate that. Intellectual essence,
Satyam, Priyam,
hitam,
Hitam.
hitam and mitam. Satyam is truth, priyam is loving, hitam is benefit, and mitam is measured. So you will find in 17th chapter of the Gita, all these qualities which are beautifully given. We just did that in Jain College. These are all essential things for daily life. Intellectually, one must have certain values which I will not compromise. This is what I hold on to. If I don't hold on to some values, I compromise everywhere. And then justify it. I don't hold on to anything, Swamiji. I flow with the flow. Okay, then they'll carry it away and drown. Simple. Flow with the flow.
Doing something like this means you have to continuously analyze what you are doing and reflect on it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It cannot be once in a while.
Correct. It cannot be.
But the correction has to be done on a daily or a...
Daily basis. Moment to moment actually it is, not even daily.
So actually the exercise that you have given us has to be done regularly.
Regularly.
If you do it today and then you don't do it, and
No.
The regular basis, the focus has shifted on.
Once when you do, then you bring that into your mind. No? Conscious awareness, you have to bring that, oh, these are essential. Today, that discrimination I am not even doing, so I don't even know what is essential. Or I may know, but subconsciously. It is not in my conscious life, they are not transforming me. So once I bring it into conscious awareness, then every moment I have to see how am I living. If you have to define spirituality in 2 words, it is conscious living. That's all.
I mean, this analysis, is it better done written or mental is also?
No, written is much better. Because what happens is our mental capacity to keep thinking steadily is not so strong today. Okay, because our mind wanders. 1. 2, every time I am not going to be able to think so much. So when I write it down, it is there and I know, okay, these are the essentials. You know, in management, in the stress management seminars and all these, and even personality development workshops, one thing that they will tell you to do is write down your goal, write down your mission statement and all that. And every day you have to read. Because every day when you read, it gets reinforced and the mindset gets strengthened. And then it slowly gets applied into your life and you attract all those things also into your life. So every day one has to read. So if you write it and you keep reading, you will see 10 days you keep reading it. These are the essential things I have to focus on. These are the essentials I have to focus on. You see the focus of your life will change. You will be more conscious, more alert. Every minute you will try to be alert. Every time, suppose you can't be alert at the time of action, immediately after that you will be alert. Today morning one phone call came and a person called and he said, okay, where is the second round of transforming Indian school is happening? So for a moment I got very irritated because we have sent them emails, we have made phone calls, we have sent SMSs and we have ensured that everybody knows. And still this guy is asking. So I became aware, why am I so irritated? Why I am answering, I was telling him, okay, it is in Powai, but I know that I was irritated. And then he was asking me, I am not able to find Powai, where it is. Renaissance Hotel, you have to go towards RA Colony. I said, don't go towards RA Colony, go above, go from LNT, take a road above, which goes to Renaissance, and next to Renaissance. Okay. He kept the phone. But then I was aware at that moment why this irritation is there. And then as soon as the phone is kept, then you introspect what was the need. Then the point of irritation was that after we have done everything, why is this person so inalert? Now, inalertness of that person, why should that cause me irritation? So immediately you become aware and then that brings about the transformation. So next time when something like that happens, you don't expect that the other person will follow the system that you have set. May not follow. They may have 20,000 reasons why they have not followed. Why should you get disturbed for it? So then every minute one has to be alert and aware that what is the state of my mind? Is this essential, not essential? So intellectually hold on to one value, one or a few values, whatever one is convinced of. That is called satyam or intellectual conviction. So one holds on to a certain value system. One has a certain clarity about what is the goal of life that I want to reach. One of the most important stress management methods is to be aware that the goal of life is freedom. If you know that freedom is the goal of life, happiness is the goal of life, this means will not bother us so much.
I get very hurt if I see somebody behaving in an inferior way. How to control it? Uska behavior, why you get hurt?
Yeah, that's what. So first is awareness that one has to know that. Why am I getting disturbed? And then do certain things if it is in the purview of your duty. And if it is your duty, then you try to change the other person or make the person aware.
Stop speaking, stop breathing.
But if you don't, if it is not in the purview of the duty, then one need not do. Because each one will do their own change at their own time. We can't insist at all. That understanding, that is what clarity is all about. That once you know that, okay, this is the goal of my life, I need to move holding on to that goal. That's what this Bhaja Govindam is. That he doesn't know what is the goal of life when he's sitting and doing the Panini Ashtadhyayi, reading the rules of grammar. So what is essential, what is non-essential? Intellectually have that clarity, intellectually hold on to a certain value. And yes, spiritually am I connected to the Lord? What is my altar of surrender? I am just giving you very few. There can be many other things which you may find essential and many which are non-essential. But the basic thing is, these are the few aspects. In my family, what is essential? I do my duty is essential. I am loving and forgiving. That is very essential. If I know how to let go and forgive, very important in any relationship. I should know the difference between adjustment and compromise. There are some people who think whatever they do is only a compromise and they keep feeling guilty about it. And then there are some people who does not want to do adjustment at all. They just want to live in their own way. In a family you can't live that way. You have to, each one has to adjust to the other people. Because each one has their own rough edges. You have to adjust. The other people are adjusting with you. Especially when one becomes spiritual, then this question comes. I am not able to pursue my spiritual so I am compromising all the time. I mean, you have to be clear about where is the compromise and where is the adjustment. Certain things which are absolutely dear to you, which is a essential aspect of you, that you can always tell people that, see, this is important for me and I need to go. And the balance has to be struck. And some places you have to let go some of the spiritual things even if you like them, because you can't keep doing it in such a long way, such an intense way. If others are not ready or it is eating into others' time and duty. So that adjustment and compromise, not only in spiritual aspect but in every aspect. Many people think like that, I only have to keep doing the work in the house, nobody bothers. Maybe a valid reason also, maybe a fact also. But then if I treat it like a compromise, oh God, because of this so many things I am not able to do, I am not going to feel good about myself. I have to see that if I can make somebody more aware, sensitive and help me out. Otherwise take it as an adjustment, this is how it has to be in this family as of now. This is also my service to the Lord. So it depends on what is my attitude. So in family, what is essential? At my workplace, what is essential? What are the value system which I will follow? What are the things that I want to achieve? Even small things like punctuality, discipline, promptness, efficiency, ability to get back. All these things are essential. The people should not be following up with us. We should be promptly able to reciprocate, get back. So work ethics, whatever they call it. So what are the essential work ethics? So basic thing is, if I have this clarity of essential and non-essential, every time the mind gets strayed onto the non-essential, I can bring it back to the essential. Otherwise the mind just gets distracted so easily. One doesn't know. There's no grip. See, on the road, there's a clear road. So the car keeps going. Because the road is there. But in life, there's no such specific road which is there. And you have to keep going. It goes anywhere. The mind goes. Very easy gets distracted. Even if the goal is out there, one knows this is where I have to reach. Somewhere it goes. So essential and non-essential, that discrimination has to be done. And in that, what will help is that clarity will also help us to overcome many delusions. So the second exercise that we had said was find out what are the delusions. What is delusion? What is not true, believing that to be the truth. That is called moha. He has used the word mudhamati here, that who is a person who is a deluded person, deluded intellect. So deluded person is not somebody who is a fool, who doesn't know anything, or somebody who is a slow learner, or somebody who is mandabuddhi, means doesn't understand deeper aspects. Deluded person doesn't mean that. Deluded person means one who does not see a thing as it is and sees it as opposite.
Sees it as he wants to see.
as he wants to see it and sees it as even the opposite. Both. So when a person, what are the delusions that a person will have? Vedantically speaking, there are many delusions. The basic delusion is, I am this body. Itself is a delusion. I have a body, but I am not the body. World is real, is a delusion. These two are the fundamental delusions of everybody. I am this body, the world is real. All other delusions are only based on these two. Once I think that I am the body and world is real, then I think that I plus this person is equal to happiness, I plus this object is equal to pleasure, I plus this wealth is equal to security. Now I start having those delusions where I start expecting things from objects, people, situations. Then all the delusion starts. So Vedanta says that if you handle these two delusions, then everything else becomes easier. It actually dissolves, all other delusions dissolve. So delusions, one will go a little more deeper as we go into this. Bhaja Govindam actually is nothing but, one of the names if you remember is Moha Mudgara. It is to destroy all the delusions. Now that Moha Mudgara, all the verses which come now, each verse will bring out different delusions that we have. That there is pleasure in the object, or that wealth is the source of security, or the relationships, the people will always be with me, or that time I have enough and more time. All these are delusions. We don't have time. Every minute one is dying. So each one it will come up. So as it comes up we will see that. Now coming to this, did we do two types of knowledge? No. Okay. So in Vedanta we have this two types of knowledge which are there. This is there in the Bhaja Upanishad, and very beautiful definition, classification here. So one type of knowledge is called Apara Vidya and the other is called as Para Vidya. So Apara Vidya is, literally speaking, lower knowledge. Para Vidya is higher knowledge, supreme knowledge. So if you see the Upanishadic definition is very alarming to you. Maybe. It says that Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, all the Vedangas, all this is Apara Vidya. Lower knowledge. And Para Vidya is that knowledge by which you reach the Supreme. It is not that Vedic knowledge doesn't reveal that Supreme. What it means is that the words by itself does not do anything. Plus the Vedic knowledge is comprehensive. It deals with everything. It is a science of how to live here. So you will have physics, chemistry, biology, geography, botany, everything in that, including the science of stealing. How to steal. If you want to know, go to the Vedas. There is stealing, Chaura Vidya it is called. How to steal is written in the Veda. How to gamble is written in the Veda. Everything is there because it's comprehensive, full. Now how you use that knowledge is up to you. So the whole classification is this, that Naradji also goes to Sanat Kumar and he says, I know everything. I know all these Vedas and Vedangas and all this I know. But I am not happy. Shoka has not gone, Bhaya has not gone. Fear and sorrow, they have not gone from my life. Please teach me that, knowing which this will go. And that knowledge which he gives is that knowledge of the self. So that self-knowledge is called Aparavidya. Paravidya, supreme knowledge. Yayatad aksharam adhigamyate is said in Mundaka Upanishad. That by which you come to know that which is imperishable, indestructible. That knowledge is the supreme knowledge. Why is that called supreme knowledge? Because gaining that, everything is attained. There is nothing more to be attained once you know that which is infinite. And that is you. That's what Vedanta says. Essentially, that is my nature. I am not this entity. So knowing that is the very purpose of life, is the very goal of evolution. And hence a person who gets that knowledge is called as supreme knowledge. Everything else is only a means towards that. So even if I know Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, but what the Veda is pointing out to, that intuitive knowledge is the knowledge of the self, which is not captured by words. Even if you say Tat, Tvam, Asi, those are words. That thou art. So a teacher was sitting and the students are there and the teacher is giving the self-knowledge and building it up and finally the teacher said, that thou art. And the student looked up and he saw the crow. He thought that crow is me. What is his knowledge? Unprepared mind will think that way. That thou art means that essential reality which is enlivening this whole world, because of which I am alive, I am able to do what I do, is my true nature. So one who knows that becomes fulfilled. Hence that is called Paravidya. And whatever leads to that. So grammar rules, all these are part of this Aparavidya. Now they are called Veda Anga. Vyakarana is a Veda Anga. It is a part of, is a limb which you have to understand to know the Vedas. So grammar you have to know. Vyakarana, Chandas, Nirukta, Nyaya, all these are Kalpa, Shiksha. These are all 6 Veda Angas, 6 limbs of Veda, so that you can understand what is written in the Veda. And when you understand what is written in the Veda, then you know the absolute self. So this is the hierarchy. Now here is a person who is sitting and mugging up grammar rules at such a ripe age. What sense does it make? At this time he must be focusing on the Paravidya, on trying to know that supreme self intuitively, and spend more time in contemplation, meditation. But right now the person is going through grammar. When will that person then go through the Veda? When will he come to know the absolute reality? At this age, one has to know what to apply at which age. At a young age, if one has started, then start with grammars and studying all the limbs of Veda, then go to the Veda, and then go to the supreme knowledge. But at a certain age, when one is so old, if one is going to start ABCD, it is like starting ABCD from the nursery which one should have started. Now one is starting it in the old age. Very difficult. What is the point of that? So Shankaracharya says that these are 2 types of knowledge and one should know this. See, this classification, if I understand, again essential, non-essential will become clear. How many people spend so much of their time in doing PhD and double PhD in things which are about the world? How much time is spent in knowing about me? Hardly anything. One is not saying don't pursue Aparavidya at all. The classification of higher knowledge and lower knowledge is not to condemn the lower knowledge. It is only to make it clear to us that in this life you have that precious opportunity to gain that Paravidya. Gain that, become free. Don't just get lost in this Aparavidya. How much do we teach our children about Aparavidya and how much do we teach about Paravidya? We keep making them aware of only Aparavidya. More and more skills, which is necessary, no doubt, but don't ignore the supreme knowledge. And young minds are those when they are able to grasp much more, because the minds are pure. In our culture, this knowledge was not reserved to old age. That is a decline in the culture which has come. This was given right at childhood. Shvetaketu, what was his age when he was told that Tattvamasi? He was hardly 18 years old. Uddala, Krishi's son, Shvetaketu, so young, Tattvamasi was told to him. Nachiketa was not even a teenager. He asked for self-knowledge. Jnaneshwar Maharaj, so young. Shankaracharya, 8 years. So at a young age, the idea is that at young age the person should be exposed to both Paravidya and Aparavidya. We just had a camp, Bhagya camp. And we told all these stories to the children and explained to them the whole analogy of the chariot also, which is there in Kathopanishad, and what is Om, made them do Om meditation, made them aware of the whole thing and how does your body, mind, intellect function, there has to be some other power. In simple ways, and they become very aware. They don't have skepticism in their head. And even those who are elder ones, 10 years, 11 years, they start thinking that, oh, this is what spirituality is. It is not only about God and keep worshipping and going to the temples. It's about essentially who you are. So Paravidya and Aparavidya. In our life there should be a balance of both. And never should the Paravidya be ignored or postponed later on. So when he says Samprapte Sannihite Kale, at the moment of death, this Aparavidya will not help you. Because all the words and information, why is it said that this will not help you? All the knowledge that I have acquired, all the wealth that I have, the people that are there to love me, all these, they will not help me. Why? No, they are changing, perishable, these are the means, okay, but why? What is the help that I need at the time of death, first of all, which these can't do?
If not possible to that extent, then at least evolve as a better human being, then degrading.
No, I am saying what is the help you need at the time of death, which this will not help, and which Paravidya will help.
Then I am not this body, I am not this body also.
Knowledge of the soul, the understanding of the soul.
Who am I then? Who am I?
Go out of the truth and it will help you to knowledge, okay?
How will it make me happy?
That's what. The point is, at the time of death, what is that which is the problem?
We get attached to the body.
To let go is the problem. My attachment to people is the problem. Suddenly at in one shot I have to let go everything. See, if one person goes away from my life, I feel so miserable. Suppose they go away, they don't even go away from my life, they go to another country or they go a little further away. I feel so 4 दिन बच्चा कैंप में जाता है ना, पेरेंट इज लाइक दैट. You have to call. Did you eat? How are you doing? What is happening to you? That's well, no doubt. But that much happens just when one goes little further. At one shot, all these things have to be dropped. So the main problem at the time of death is only two. One is attachment. Other is ignorance. That I am attached to things which I have to drop. And I don't know what is going to happen now. What is the future now? There is no guarantee. When I drop this body, will I become Bhoot, Pret, Pishaч? What will happen? Is there a world? Is no world? What? Will I go to heaven? Will I go to hell? No clue what is going to happen. So there is anxiety for the future and there is attachment of the past which I just can't, I don't know how to handle. Now tell me, will knowledge of physics help? Nothing. You may be a double PhD in some quantum physics. Nothing will come to this. All the money that I have, will that help? It won't. So what will help me at that moment? Is only this Paravidya, holding on to which I can be detached. This clarity that anyway one day this body has to drop, I am that immortal, imperishable truth. There is nowhere to go, there is no birth, death, no coming back. That is the supreme knowledge. Suppose I have that knowledge, bas, there is no problem. I am fearless. I can meet death smiling. That is this knowledge. Not only I can meet death smilingly, there are people who are exited consciously from the body saying, now I die. I drop this body. It's not that I become a victim of death, nothing. One doesn't even beg. Please, my great grandson's marriage has to happen. Till that Bhagwan, please let me live just till then. Uske baad aap mujhe le. No begging. Bhagwan says today, if you have to die, you die. Okay, die. Chalo. Ask yourself this question. If today you have to die, are you ready? Some people will say yes, some people will say no, some people will say I don't know. But if a person has that clarity that if I have to die at this moment, I have no regrets, I am ready to let go and drop, you are detached. But if there is also, even if one thing is there, okay, no, I need this much or I need that person, I need ये तो मेरे साथ आना चाहिए बस. Then that means that those are things to which I am attached. Should be ready to drop any moment. Because life will not give a choice. See, that beauty is that only. That life is not going to give a choice that okay, now at this particular moment you will drop the body. ऐसा नहीं होगा. Suddenly you will drop the body. That is more painful. Many times people think I become old and die. So in Vedanta, death is not the death of the body. Death is what? It is change. Every minute things are changing. That is only death. And one change like that is dropping the body. That you had a body till now you have no body. Finished. For Vedanta, that is change. That is death. So am I ready to handle that change? The ultimate change is death. Where the physical body is dropped. So what do I do now? While I am living, if I am not detached from things and people, very difficult to be detached at the moment of death. And the pain at the moment of death is tremendous. When it is equal to the amount of attachments that I have. It is directly proportional. One is the physical pain of the prana ejecting out of the body. That is one thing. The second is the emotional attachment and the baggage. So one is that I must have self-knowledge. What really protects me is the knowledge of the self. One. Or the same thing you say in the language of devotion, that what protects me is my Shraddha or the faith in the Lord. That Bhagwan is there. And the Lord takes care. So all the anxiety goes. It was a very nice story. There was this person who was he had cancer. And last few days now. Very weak. So the doctor has come and the doctor opened the door and he came. And along with the doctor there was a dog of this person. The dog also came. And the dog came inside and the dog was so happy to see this master, and the dog was going round and round the master, and he went to the master and the master also held him. And so then the doctor looked at this man and he said, there's just few days left now. Are you not afraid? Are you not scared? You're going to die. He said, doctor, when you came in, along with you the dog also came, and he was so excited. Why was the dog so excited? Because the dog knew that he is going to meet his master. Same way, I am waiting. The gates of death have to open and I know that I will meet my master. I have no fear. And I am waiting to meet him. The motivational story, but the idea is that how much faith that person has, that Bhagwan is there with me all the time. And Bhagwan is there beyond also, even if nobody is there. So three things only come with us when you drop the body. One is the knowledge that one has. Second is the Shraddha that one has. And third is the Dharma that one has done. The good deeds that one has done. The result of that is the pure state of mind or the punya. That comes with you. When I say dharma, it means adharma also. It depends on what I have done. That comes with me. My karma comes with me basically. So my dharma and karma, my shraddha and my knowledge, that is what comes with me and that is my driving force. Along with all the bundles of asana and desires, etc., which actually make me take birth again and again. That comes with me, that's a baggage. But what helps me is these three. Dharma, shraddha and jnana. And so he says that is really essential. That did you cultivate that in my human life? Did I cultivate that para-vidya, that knowledge? Did I hold on to an altar whereby I surrendered and developed devotion and faith in my heart? And did I do actions in a righteous way, my duties? And did I do it selflessly, so that my mind is light? That is what really helps. That's why he says, Nahi nahi lakshati dukrin karne. All the informative knowledge is not going to come to your rescue. So whatever I have to do, I keep doing as a part of my duty, if it is whatever my profession. But not to neglect these aspects. Because this is what actually is my evolution, is what comes with me. So he says then what to do? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. So there are three meanings of the word Bhaja. First, Bhaja means to Bhaja means bhajana. Yeah, to worship. It can mean that also. That's a means of worship. To recite the name of the Lord, to recite prayers. So bhajanam nama rasanam. So you chant the name of the Lord, you sing the name of the Lord, and you enjoy doing that. Because you love the Lord. So first meaning of bhaj is to love and to sing the glory of that Lord. A lot of skepticism and intellectual vanity has to be put aside. Because they don't come to our rescue. All logic, will logic come to my rescue at the time of death? Nothing. What will come to my rescue is bhakti. And how much time people focus on that logic. We are rational, we are scientific, we are logical. If we are so logical, then we should not be attached. Because logically, why should you be attached to something which is changeless, changing? Logically speaking, why should I expect a changeless happiness from what is changing? Do we lead our life by logic? Nobody leads the life by logic. We lead our life only by emotion, convenience, attachment. That's where we lead our lives. We may read big books of science and all that. You can read Stephen Hawking and we say, God is not required to run the universe, and we get so thrilled. Yes, God is not required to run the universe. There is no God. Very good, there is no God, fine. But what is the altar of your surrender? This knowledge that there is no God, and there is logic and there is nature, is that going to come to the rescue? Forget why dying. See, death will come in our life only once, physical death. But life has to be lived every minute. How am I living my life? Based on logic or based on my shraddha? So bhaja means to develop that devotion, develop that faith. Hold on to the Lord. To hold on to the Lord, you use whichever support you want. You use a form, you use a name, you use the breath, you use anything. But hold on to Ishvara, hold on to the Supreme. Because when I love the Lord, only at the altar of love, all the attachments, ego, everything can surrender. Otherwise, there is no possibility of dropping this. By intellectual logic and thinking alone, it can't happen. And the very first one is Bhaja Govindam. The word Bhaja means to love the Lord. So I should ask myself, do I really love the Lord? Do I love Ishvara? I am not talking about a form. Form you may use, you may not use. But do you connect to that which is totality? That which is Ishvara, that which is the Supreme, that who is the Creator, whatever attributes you give Him. To say Him also is a limitation of language. You can say whatever the attributes you give her also. But both it is beyond gender anyways. So bhaja means that. First is to love, to surrender, to to have faith. And when you love, then you keep thinking about it. You keep talking about it. So to chant the name of the Lord, to recite the prayers, to hold on to some mantra, that is the expression of one's devotion. So did I do that? So bhaja means to love. Second, bhaja also means to serve. Bhaj sevayam. Whatever work I am doing, am I able to do that with the attitude of seva, that let me serve, let me give, let me do my duty to the best, with the attitude that I am serving the Lord only. Karma becomes karma yoga only when this bhavana is there. And I am doing this seva to the Lord. I am doing this means karma. I am doing this seva also means karma only. But a sattvic karma. But I am doing this seva to the Lord means karma yoga. Karma has become karma yoga. Because the bhavana has come that I am not the doer, I am doing it for the Lord. I am dedicated to the Lord. So the sense of dedication. So bhaj means seva. So seva literally means seva of whom? Of the Lord. So many people think that, cleaning the roads or offering some water to some people or giving some food and all that is seva. That is seva if it is done with the bhavana that I am serving the Lord. Then that becomes karma yoga. Otherwise it can become a simple means to just make me humble. So many people will be there who will take up this small seva to do. They may be very big shots, but they will start doing this seva because it makes them humble. So one aspect is humility, but second aspect is, did I connect with that Lord? Of course, humility paves a way towards that. So second meaning is seva. Let me serve the Lord. And third is, let me know the Lord. That who is this Lord? Govinda literally means that. We'll come to the meaning of Govinda also. So who is this Lord? What is that which is changeless? What is the absolute truth? Let me know that in human life. So Bhaj has these three meanings. So Bhaj Bhajanam Nama Rasanam. Rasanam means to enjoy. With joy, with lot of ras, you take the name of the Lord. And it's so simple it is, to be happy. You just take the name of the Lord, and as the mind becomes quiet, you actually feel the joy in your heart. You don't need anything outside. Ice cream also can't give you that joy, pizza also can't give you that joy, some praise of some person also can't give you that joy. Mind just becomes quiet. You literally feel rasa. In your heart, in your mouth, water will start coming. Literally. So bhajanam nama rasana. Then, bhaj means to serve. This means to love.
Start seva with the other feeling and then move on to the selfless seva?
Yes.
Because going directly to selfless seva is difficult. I mean, that thought does come that I am doing.
Yeah, you can go in stages also, not a problem. So when I serve, then I serve with the bhavana that I am serving the Lord. Then that becomes karma yoga, ultimate. And last one is Bhaj Amardane, means to break, to destroy. To destroy all my false attachments that I am this body. And hence to know the self is self or truth, whatever you call it. So that is called Bhajan. So these are three essential aspects of life. And this is what will come with us at the last moment. Our Shraddha, our Jnana and our Karma. That is what we have done. That will come with us. And this is what is essential in life, and so Shankaracharya says, focus now on these. At this right age, why are you focusing on the grammar rules? They are only the means towards this. Now the age has gone to hold on to the means. Now straight away hold on to the goal now. So Govinda is the goal. Bhaj is through these three means: know this, love this, serve this. Serve what? Govinda. So what does Govinda mean? If you have read the commentary, there are four meanings of Govinda which Gurudev has given. Shall I ask? Include your class. So some groups will have the benefit of getting some points. You can't look at a book and say, come on, I told you, when did we have the last class? 2 weeks before. 3 weeks before, see? 21 days you had to read just 4 pages. चलो आपने तो पढ़ा ही होगा, आपको पढ़े बिना भी आता होगा। पढ़े बिना आता होगा मतलब because ये is the basic Vedanta course in which we have done all this. That way. So let us ask. Pranam, tell me one meaning of Govinda. Not from the book. Don't see the book now.
Govinda will be the Lord, the Supreme Lord.
Oh, how? That way the one with the supreme reality, Govinda and then Krishna, that is okay. But how does it mean the Lord? What is the meaning of Govinda? I am asking him. Your group will get minus points.
Means the final goal realization.
How? Answer is correct, but how? Just like this we have split, now Govind also has etymological meaning.
There is go and win.
No, it is correct. Go and win, that is correct. But how? What does that mean?
Go have some winning and win.
Not bad. Go and win.
Go and win. That's proper splitting. You may not have done it consciously, but that's a proper splitting. Go and win. That's correct. What does that mean? Go means what?
Knowledge.
Okay, so win means?
One of them means knowledge.
One of them means knowledge. Okay, so the word go has 4 meanings. Okay, so one is, literal meaning is cow. Go means cow. You please take this commentary, page number, my book is just 12.
Page 5.
5. What is the paragraph number?
First paragraph.
First paragraph, the word Govind. He who knows or finds the earth. Okay, so that is the first meaning here, which I have put here. As the Varaha avatar, Bhagavan went into the ocean and found the earth and brought it up. Okay, that's the story. But literally what Gurudev has given as the symbolic meaning is that person who knows the earth, which is the substratum. Meaning, what is that on which the whole creation is based? That the whole changing world appears on what? What is the basis? Substratum. So that substratum of the world, so earth means the substratum of the world. Or it means, in technical language, we call it as Brahman. Second meaning Gurudev has given is he who is the Lord of the cattle. Lord of cattle means the Lord of senses. meaning our own self. Self or Atma. Third meaning is he who confers speech. Again, the self because of which senses function. Speech. No, that's what. Speech is a symbol of all the senses. See, there are 5 senses of knowledge, okay? What are the 5 senses of knowledge? Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and smelling. And 5 senses of action are hands, legs, speech, these are 5 senses of action. Actually, you should not write hands, legs, these are organs. Yeah. So they are grasping, locomotion, speaking, evacuation and reproduction. So in this, if you see, tongue has a double role. Tongue is in a sense of knowledge also as speaking, as tasting, and a sense of action also as speaking. So by saying the lot of speech, it means all the 10 senses. That all the 10 senses are able to function only because of the self in me. Hence, Govinda means the Lord who enlivens all these senses. And the fourth meaning is he who is known through the Vedas. The whole purpose of the Vedic knowledge is to reveal this changeless, absolute truth. The purpose of Vedic knowledge is not to know how to live here. That is one subsidiary benefit. The main purpose is how to fulfill your life here, which is by knowing the absolute truth. Yeah. So Vedanta reveals that knowledge to us. Hence the one who is known through the knowledge of the scriptures or the Veda is Govinda. So Bhaja Govindam means to love, to serve and to know the self. Who is the Lord of the senses? Who is the one who is the Lord of, because of which all the senses function? Who is the very substratum of the world and who is known also through the Vedas. So that is called Bhaja Govindam. So this also is what is essential in life. And so having known this, life becomes fulfilled. This is the first verse. There was one satsang and Buddha was taking that satsang. So as he was taking the satsang, there was one man sleeping. So Buddha asked, "Are you sleeping?" No, I am not sleeping. And again the satsang he continued. Again in some time he goes like that. Again Buddha is like, "Are you sleeping?" He says, No, I am not sleeping. And third time he goes like that. So Buddha says, "Are you alive?" No, I am not alive. And Buddha says, he just smiles and he says, "By mistake you have given the right answer." Very few people are alive because they don't seek only what is essential. The whole life passes just like that. There. But they know only what was to be done. This is what had to be done. To love, to serve, to know that which is changeless, to know the Lord, and essentially know that that is you. See, it is not that I have to know that Bhagavan, that fulfills my life. No, what fulfills my life is to know who I am. I don't know only who I am. I am just holding on to something which I am not, and then my whole life is just passing. What is life like that? No meaning. Having come here, I don't know who I am. I just exit. I played here with a few things. In that also I got attached. Accumulated more vasanas and I went from here. Again I will come back here. No point. Many people say खाली हाथ आए हैं और खाली हाथ जाना है. It's the biggest myth. कोई खाली हाथ नहीं आया और कोई खाली हाथ नहीं जाता. You come with a bundle of vasana. You carry double the bundle of vasana and go. Suppose हम खाली हाथ आए होते और खाली हाथ जाते तो जीवन मुक्त हो जाते. Physically okay, you don't take anything and you don't bring anything. That's a different thing. But actually we come with so much of bundle of vasana. Accumulate more and go.
We are earning here.
Huh?
Earning here.
Yeah, we are adding, earning. And without knowing also how much we are earning. And how much my vasanas have become more.
There should be some dreams to grow. Some blood test.
शुक्र करो भगवान ने वो टेस्ट बनाया ही नहीं. Suppose you know your vasana test and you know how many vasanas you have to exhaust. Terribly. Suppose I know all the karma bundle that I have. It is so huge. I will feel, oh my God, इतना exhaust करना है.
Swamiji, then you will be automatically ready to die.
You don't become ready to die. You will die that moment only. The moment you talk about but that is not anyway going to solve your problem, because if the bundle of vasana is going to make you take birth again, there is no escape. Lucky that is. You don't know क्या है, कितना bundle है. It's so huge.
But then as you
Because if you see that karma, then you will know also at this time, in this life, when you are going to die, what is your next life going to be, everything. And it is not that you can't know. There are Mahatmas who know also. And they call them a Trikaladarshi. They can see past, present and future.
So Swamiji, is it impossible to be a sannyasi today? That's
Not
what we were
necessarily.
talking.
Not externally, but internally, yes. Internally, you have to be a sannyasi to know the truth. No other way. Because you have to drop, na? You have to drop all the false attachments and identification with the body. Externally, you take sannyas, you don't take sannyas, is secondary. Internally, you have to be a sannyasi.
But when you do meditation and all that, those vasana, you can see those things, you can feel it, and so much of negativities you have and all.
To a certain extent, yeah. That you are feeling every minute actually.
Yeah, you are feeling, you are the
In meditation, your focus is on your mind, so you feel it much more. Otherwise, daily life, even right now, what is happening is an expression of our vasana only. No? I have a vasana, you have a vasana, so we are sitting here. Our sattvic vasanas have brought us here. After some time, it becomes rajasic. Then we go out and go wherever. Then we become tamasic. Then we go to sleep. So every minute is an expression of my vasana. But what happens is when I go out, when I am acting in the world, my focus is not on my mind. It is on things, people. I have escaped. In meditation, I have withdrawn from everything else. So then suddenly I feel claustrophobic, or I feel suffocated, I feel wandering of the mind, I feel breathless, irritation, so many things happen. Why? Because now suddenly focus is only on the mind and everything else is stopped, so mind can't escape. Senses are all closed, not allowing the mind to wander. First, one feels restricted totally. Then one feels vasana pressure.
Then it reduces also.
No, it doesn't reduce. It reduces only if you do this. It will not reduce just by doing meditation. It will reduce if you do this and then you contemplate only on the self, then it will reduce. Otherwise it will not reduce. It will only create more sattvic vasana. Meditation will create more sattvic vasana. But reduction will happen properly through this. And you love, you serve, you know, and you let detachment happen in life.
Sir, in Vipassana meditation, they say if you see with the economos towards whatever happening, then it will go, everything passes.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everything will move. It is anyway going out. But the point is, am I able to stand apart and see? That's what this is, not to detach and watch. If you detach and watch, it is anyway going. My problem is I get attached to that, if it is good. And I try to reject that which is bad. The idea is that I should dissolve. That is the main point. How will that I dissolve? Only when the attachments of that I, one drops, and then one focuses on who is this I, then it dissolves. Now, find out, that is the whole question. Who is this I? So there are various methods of meditation and all that which is there, no doubt in that. But basically it will do this only, no? That you drop. Vipassana method is this, to break, to decide, just sit and watch. Bhakti method is you totally love. Karma Yoga method is you go out and serve.
Sometimes you try, but then it's not in your mind. You are not able to do it exactly what you want to do.
That's because mind is not in control. Bring the mind in control. By all these only, remove the delusions, serve, make your mind more focused. Then slowly you come. A car is going at such a massive speed, so suddenly you can't take a U-turn.
But sometimes even family life just takes you away sometimes.
See, that may be true, there is no doubt in that, but understand that even if that taking away is happening, it's a part of exhausting the karma. While that is happening, I can have the attitude that, okay, even if suppose I have to work for such a long time that I don't have time for maybe coming to a class or doing a spiritual practice, my work takes me that much time. Because I have to do for my family, plus my housework, all that, agree. Do that with that bhavana of this, that I am serving Bhagavan only. Then it doesn't take you anywhere else. It will bring you back to this. Our understanding of spirituality has to refine. Spirituality is not an action. Spirituality is not specific time of the day. Spirituality is not just some classes. This is the way to reinforce it. Every minute it is a vision of life. It is not an action. Suppose you have known this now. You don't come for any other class, but you start living this. That's all. That's all is required. You don't need to do anything else. At every minute, if I can be aware that what I am doing, I am serving the Lord only. And when my service is over, when I am sitting quietly and meditating, I am trying to know the Lord. Both these are spiritual. Sitting quietly and doing puja and meditation alone is not spiritual. The work that I do with my family, towards my family, itself is spirituality also. But it is also true that that alone cannot keep us going, because you need the booster. So you need satsang, you need the spiritual practice, you need special time, solitude, all that to strengthen that attitude, because otherwise that becomes weak.
Swamiji, how do you remind yourself every minute? See, generally when we have a satsang, or we hear something spiritual or some concourse, we have this vow that, okay, I'm going to do every karma as a service to Lord. But the moment, probably after a gap of 1 day or 2 days, we tend to come back to our normal self, that if we tend to achieve something bad or good, we'll probably blame ourselves or credit ourselves. So how do we keep on reminding this every minute?
See, it is first and foremost a shift of the attitude of, am I a seeker? If I am a seeker in my life, seeking that Supreme, then every minute I will be aware. Today it is that I am playing many roles, and one more role is of a seeker. So that is why that for some time I am able to live that. And so as a seeker in the satsang, I am strengthening my knowledge and this bhavana that I am doing it for Bhagavan and all that. And then I am able to continue maybe for 1 or 2 days. Why it doesn't last? Because the other identities are so much more powerful that they overtake. So the primary identity has to be that I am a seeker. If I have this attitude, I have to strengthen this attitude that I am a seeker. True spirituality is that sadhak bhav has to be strengthened. That I am a sadhak who is here to know, to love, to serve us. Keep strengthening that. Then in every minute you will do this. Do you have to do anything special to remind yourself that you have a duty towards your child, towards your family, towards the society? You don't have to do. Why? Because the identity is very strong that I am a family man, I am a householder. When you go to your office, your identity is very strong that I am a whatever, working professional, a businessman, some identity you have very strong. Now the moment that identity is there, automatically everything falls into place. You know what has to be done. That way, do I have an identity that I am a seeker? Not for a few days, not for a few hours. In my life, I am a seeker first. Then I am a husband, then I am a professional, then I am everybody else. See, that basic shift is what spirituality is all about. That is why I have to become clear about those earlier things which we did in the class about vision of life and what I value and then what I desire, all that. What is my vision of life? If my vision of life is that I am here to know, to serve, to love, that's it. Then I am a seeker. Then everything else follows. My values, my desires, my thoughts, my work, everything will follow. So work on this. And you can be a seeker at any stage of your life. A seeker does not mean that I have to be a seeker who has, who has left everything. Not this way. In and through my work, I am seeking the Lord. In and through my family responsibilities, I am seeking the Lord. So there will be a big difference in the way a seeker will respond to a situation and an ordinary man will respond. Suppose somebody simply spread some rumor about it. Your first reaction may be to get angry, to get very irritated. If you ask yourself, I am a seeker, how will a seeker respond to this? Straight away your response will change. Suppose you get very elated at some achievement. I did it. The moment you say that I am a seeker, I am only an instrument, Bhagavan is the doer, straight away the response changes. So what is important is to have the bhavana that I am a seeker. If my mind is tempting me to compromise, I know that this is the right thing to do. But by doing this, a little more benefit I will get. It is tempting me to compromise. Again I ask, does the seeker compromise? Don't compromise. That gives the strength to the mind. So I am a seeker, bhav has to be strengthened, cultivated. I am a seeker in everything, even the food that I eat, even the sleep, even the speech, in every aspect. Am I eating like a seeker or am I eating like an indulgent man who is just going to hog and just enjoy? They say today that majority of the people die not because of malnutrition, they die because of overeating. Majority of diseases are because of that. Overeating. Why? But the tendency is the bhogavritti, the sense enjoyment. Literally one gives to eat. Nothing wrong in enjoying, but what is the limit? As a seeker, am I enjoying in moderation? So immediately the bhav is I am a seeker. If you cultivate that, that's it, then everything. Otherwise I can tell you some method, okay, keep doing japa. But why will you keep doing japa? The moment the mind goes into some enjoyment mode, the japa will stop. So techniques one can give, but techniques will help only if the fundamental is clear. Fundamental has to be, I am a seeker. You know the problem is why we don't progress much in spirituality and faster in spirituality. Because this does not happen. So I try to hold on to some techniques and then I feel that okay, this technique is working well for me, but this technique is not working so much. Techniques will not help by itself. By the help of the technique, if you come to this, then that will help. Suppose I keep chanting the name of the Lord, or I keep observing my breath. For how long? The mind will get bored, no? Till the bhavana doesn't come that I am a seeker and I am doing this on my evolution. Speed doesn't happen in spirituality. Speed will come only when I say I am a seeker. And I feel that, yes, I am a seeker. And whatever I do is taking me closer to my own self. All these delusions that, this is taking me away, that is taking me far, and all that will go away. For that, Gurudev used to give a very nice example. He used to say that all the temples of ours, they are on the mountain peak. Most of them, major temples. You find Char Dham or Vaishnav Devi or Amarnath, or whichever. They'll be on the mountain peak. So when you go, you are climbing up the mountain, and after some time you may even have to descend. You are descending. So one may feel, oh, Bapre, I am descending, but even when you are descending, what are you doing? You are going towards the mountain only. You are going towards the goal. So no matter what I am doing, whether I am doing formal spirituality or I am in the household life or in my work, if I have this attitude that I am a seeker, I am here to love, I am here to serve, I am here to know. And as a seeker, what is the best response that I can give? That's it. Then you are set. Then everything happens. So here is where we stop for today. And our next class is on 26th. So there is one small homework that you have to do for 26th. And that is so what you have to do is you have to make a personal mission statement of your life. This personal mission statement is something which will give you the clarity of what is the goal of your life. Yeah. Which will inspire you. Your personal mission statement should give you these four. It should give a direction to your efforts, a purpose to your life, not purpose to life, purpose of life. It should challenge your comfort zone and bring you out of it. And it should be an inspiration. So make a personal mission statement like that, which will give you these four. It will give the direction to your efforts. It will give you the purpose that this is why I am here for, this is what I am living for. It will challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and it will give you inspiration. Now think, it can be one statement, it can be a few words, it can be a paragraph, whatever it is. Like for Chinmaya mission, it is maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. That is our motto. Now, how do we achieve that? So that we have a statement to provide to individuals from any background the wisdom of Vedanta and practical means of happiness, enabling them to become positive contributors to the society. Now that, if you analyze, will fulfill all these. So that way, write one statement. Think about it, that what is it that you want to achieve in your life, which is your goal of life, and which will do all this. And next week we will discuss more about that, and the next class we will discuss more about that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.